We are under the subreddit startup_ideas. This is from Klutzy Physics 460, who says, I noticed people will do almost anything if you give them a tiny emotional reason to start. It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
A while ago, I caught myself doing this weird thing. I'd avoid work all day, but set a timer just to watch the little animation spin. No productivity, just a satisfying illusion of starting. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked myself, what if starting was the only goal? Well, that's very true. Sometimes you just have to start.
Correct.
And that's sometimes the hardest part. That led to a tiny side project, a 5-minute timer, no task list, no goal, just hit start. But I gave it a twist. You're keeping a virtual penguin alive by showing up daily. This is
Black
like the
Mirror.
well, yes. But there used to be these little, do you remember the little digital pets?
Yeah.
Diggy pets, I think they were called, right? Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
Things that
No. It was a little
little
plastic
box.
You
had to push the button.
You had to push the button to feed it, take it out. Yeah, it was like Diggy Pets, I think they were called. So anyway, sorry. No points, no pressure, just guilt and cuteness. Let's see. It's a dopamine timer, and weirdly, people are using it every day. They're not optimizing, they're not planning, they're just showing up for the penguin. Well, penguins are cute. We all love penguins. Yeah. Didn't expect it, didn't plan it, but it taught me something I want to build deeper into. Tiny emotional rewards is greater than big productivity promises. Would love to hear if anybody else has similar thoughts.
We've had these types of ideas pop up before, right? Where
absolutely.
It's just the small dopamine hits throughout the day.
Yep.
I mean, this is as simple as it gets.
But this one's different, and I'll tell you why. Most of the time when we're talking about those dopamine hits, it is you're satisfying yourself because you're doing something, whether it's in a game or something like that. But here it's almost like a dopamine hit because you're doing something, even though it's not real, for somebody else. You're doing it for the penguin. And I can see the difference in that. You really are.
I get it.
Right? Even though it's not real. Black Mirror. Even though it's not real. If you don't know what we're talking about, go watch the latest season of Black Mirror. There is an episode. Remember what it's called? I don't remember what it's called. But there's an episode where you're taking care of these little guys on a screen. Yep. There's a whole thing to it. Anyway, I can see where taking care of the penguin is like, I got to take care of him. Who, if not me, who's going to do it? Who's going to take care of that little guy, right? Even though it's a digital asset.
Now I got to look up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we got to announce the name of it. So, I can see where that would be a thing. So that makes me think, wow, if you're going to build something, if you're going to build some type of game or some type of product, and you're trying to get into that, hey, make sure people come back and you get those, those little reactions. That's something to think about. Instead of just doing it because you're trying to keep them entertained, look at it from the perspective of what if they had to take care of something else? What if their logging in is imperative for the sustainability of some other digital asset, right? Something else that they're doing. And I think that's why Farmville did so well. What was it called?
Plaything.
Yep. Okay. So look up the Black Mirror episode Plaything.
It was episode 4
of the latest season.
Yep.
So I wonder if that's why Farmville did so well, because it wasn't just a matter of a game.
No,
you were growing things, right? Though that's my farm. Those are my crops. Those are my animals.
Same thing with Civilization.
Yes, well, sure. SimCity and all those things, right? You would go back. How's my city doing today?
Correct.
I built that, right? It's not just like a Candy Crush where you're beating levels and you're getting dopamine levels because of the ding, 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 all that stuff. You're actually taking care of something else.
It's an interesting.
It is a very interesting concept, right? I could see that you could in your business, probably any business, you could find a way to incorporate that to keep people wanting to come back because they're taking care of something. With one exception,
right?
Clippy.
Clippy.
No Clippy.
Oh, come on. We need Clippy back.
No Clippy.
We desperately need Clippy back.
No, Clippy must go away.
I was so disappointed when that wasn't the AI assistant when they I mean,
someone somewhere,
Copilot, really?
Someone somewhere has built Clippy as an AI assistant, and I'm sure you can download.
We need Clippy back.
We do not need Clippy.
Clippy sounds way better than Copilot.
No, all Clippy does is judge you all day long. That's all he does. He just sits there and blinks with those big eyes, judging you about how wrong you are for whatever actions you're taking.
What if we combine? What if we combine more this where you're making Clippy happy?
I still don't like it. It's Clippy.
But it's
no, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, come on, Clippy.
No, explain.
So you could use this concept and just apply it to Clippy, because Clippy was always on your screen. So like he's always there.
Yeah.
And you just have to do certain things, like, you finish an email and that sets the timer for Clippy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Clippy does a little dance.
I like the penguin better, but okay. No. But this is good. I like this. So if you're trying to increase your employees' productivity, give them a digital asset that every time they do something, that asset gets rewarded, or that asset, does something. It's happy because you completed that task. That's very interesting. No, seriously, that's a really cool idea. I like that. So this is what we do.
But yeah, I think those two things could work. So the trigger is some action you take, right? And it doesn't have to be a big or long action.
Yeah.
It can be, I don't know, you logged in somewhere,
right,
or you checked your emails and that sets a timer for something. Because, I don't know, just intertwining the two somehow together.
No, I know. I like the, so we use a project management software here, right, for my law practice. And when you completed a task, you log it, you go into the project management software and you say, okay, task is completed, right? That's how we know when our tasks are done. And it'll notify somebody else that the task is complete, verify, and then, if the project's done, we close the project or whatever. So point being, when the task is marked complete, we could have something that happens once that task is complete, right?
Clippy,
little penguin. Clippy
could pop out and do a little dance.
Exactly.
I don't know how.
He doesn't have feet.
I was going to say he doesn't have legs.
Maybe like the bottom of him folds down and it turns into little legs. Hey! He goes back to a paperclip.
It's like, I think Google does this, right? Like on your birthday, when you turn on your phone.
Yeah.
When you open it on your birthday, it does a little boo.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
Why not take that concept and just apply it to more things?
Yeah, no, I think that's a cool idea.
Like when it goes bing.
Yeah, right, no, I think it's a fantastic way to increase productivity. It really is. It's a fantastic way to increase productivity. Give everybody a little digital asset, whatever, a little digital pal, I like that. Okay. It's a digital pal somehow, and somehow tie it into when tasks get complete or emails get responded to, or this happens or that happens, your digital pal, something happens for them. They get something. They get like rewarded with something, food, or I don't know, they get whatever, whatever, right? So that's a pretty cool idea. I don't mind that at all. I think that's actually kind of cool.
Okay.
So Klutzy Physics 460. So you started with one thing and it led us somewhere else, which is again that's what happens.
And you could use this for anything, right? This could be applied to the gym or like whatever, where it's just little things, and when you do them, someone else becomes happy.
Right. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, let us know. Let's see if people are just looking for any comments here. The penguin could be fed using food could be used as food for reward from the time you spend on the timer. That's kind of cool. Yeah. I like that. I really like this idea.
Yeah.
I think we could take this to the next level, which is kind of fun. So Klutzy Physics 460, thank you very much for the idea. That's cool. I love that you came up with something, a penguin, not Clippy. A little bear, maybe. Even your little red knight.
You could make the icon.
We'll take the horse from the chessboard.
Yeah. But no, like that's the next step, right? Is pick your pet.
Yeah.
What do you want? Penguin, giraffe, lion,
Right.
dog, whatever you connect with,
Yeah.
right?
It's kind of cool.
Feed the parrot.
All right, we do have a question from TikTok. A TikToker says, "I need more customers." Well, don't we all?
Right.
Don't we all? Little more detail would be helpful, but
the answer is advertising.
yes, I was just going to
Marketing and
say, marketing,
advertising
go.
is always the answer.
Do you know much about
I
advertising?
don't know anything.
Nothing?
Nothing.
No. Well, if you had to get into advertising, what would you do?
Depends on the industry that I'm in.
Sure.
Social media is always a great place to start, especially organic social, because it takes minimal effort, minimal cost, and you get instant feedback on what people want to hear and what they don't want to hear. You can then use that organic social content, and whatever works, you can make variations of that to run for your ads. That's the easiest way to start.
That's the easy way to start, social.
Because it's practically, all it takes is your time, right?
Yeah.
And most of the time when people aren't doing marketing and advertising, it's because they don't have the money to do so. Well, if you don't have the money to do so, you should have the time. So take the time needed to do those things.
Yeah. If you need more customers, then that means you have time for those customers, which means
Correct.
you have time to go out and get those customers,
Correct.
which means you have time to get on social media and start marketing yourself.
Same thing. I'm a huge fan of old school marketing, like walking around, depending on what you do, of course.
Yeah.
Door hangers, flyers, all of that stuff, because it's proportionally inexpensive if you are handling the distribution yourself.
Yeah.
What people often fail to realize is that the distribution is often 60% of the cost of the piece being sent out.
Yeah.
So if you can remove that 60% cost, because once again, you probably have more time than money, then go do that.
So let me
go talk to people.
Let's go in our Wayback Machine.
Did I ever hold on? So did I ever tell you how I got one of my basement waterproofing clients?
No.
So I go down to meet with them.
Yeah.
And it's two partners and they're sitting in an office. And
sounds like the beginning of a joke.
It sounds like a beginning of a joke, right? And a couple of minutes later, their sales guy comes in. So now there's three of them there. And we're having a conversation about marketing and advertising and all that stuff. And they were telling me, we have a limited budget and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, do you guys have enough jobs lined up? And they're like, no, we have no jobs lined up for the rest of this week. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting with them. It's a Tuesday, I think, right? So I asked them, like, all of your trucks are full graphics, have what phone number, like everything is on them. And they're sitting here in the garage and they go, yeah. And I'm like, why don't the two of you on Thursday, since you have no jobs, come pick up the trucks when you would normally show up for work. Both of you take a truck. I want one of you to park in front of the Wegmans up here, the one right up the street here.
Yeah.
And I want the other one at some other grocery store. I forget which one I told them. Maybe park it outside of Target, right? So they were like, why would we do that? And I'm like, listen, if you go and park for 4 hours in front of each location and you do not get a call on Thursday, I will do all your marketing for free for the next 90 days. Right?
Okay.
I'm like, I'll even pay for the time if you get no phone calls.
Right.
I will even pay you both for the 4 hours that you sat in the parking lot with your laptops or your cell phones doing whatever. And you don't even have to be in the car. You just have to park it there. You could leave. Like, I don't care. And they go, well, I don't think that's going to work. I'm like, okay. Well, I had looked at the forecast, right? It was supposed to rain all day Wednesday into Wednesday night.
Oh, beautiful.
They do basement waterproofing.
Beautiful. They're going to find out Thursday morning. And then they're going to go to the store and they're going to be like, oh, wait a minute.
The guy calls me at 9:20
a.m.
9:20 a.m.
Yeah.
And goes, you're not going to have to pay. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, nope. He's like, I was sitting outside the Wegmans and someone actually came and knocked on my I'm like, oh, so you didn't even get the call.
I love it. I love it.
But this is what I keep telling. And I had the same conversation with a client on the golf course actually last week. And he goes, yeah, we're trying to stop working in Jersey, but we just keep getting more and more jobs there. And I'm like, well, it's because your trucks are there all the time. He goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, you've been working down in Jersey for the last 3 weeks, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, let me guess, you keep getting more calls from the same neighborhood? He's like, yeah. I'm like, surprise.
Do they not understand that?
No, they do. They just didn't realize
Okay.
how much it was, right?
So I'm going to take people back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the days before the internet. For you younger people, there were days before the internet. I promise you. Okay, and before the internet,
Wait,
what?
there was a time before the internet?
There what? I know it's hard to imagine.
It's so funny when you tell kids
Hard to imagine.
that
I
you're
know.
older than Google.
I know
They're
you're
like,
older
"What?"
than Google. I know. So anyway, before the internet, one of the best ways to advertise was direct mail,
Oh, yeah.
and people would. But the problem for the homeowners or people who are receiving the mail, the people getting mail, I should say, was we would be inundated
Yes.
with stacks of flyers, brochures, newspapers, magazines, this, that, or the other, ads upon ads upon ads.
You would have to empty
You were
your mailbox daily.
so oversaturated with ads where it just, you became one of 1,000 and every day. And honestly, half of it would just go right in the trash. You wouldn't even look at it. Then the internet came around, and that still happened for a while until people picked it up. But then once email marketing became a thing, right? At first, it was banners. Remember banners and email were like the two big things at first, right? And you started seeing those physical marketing documents go away. People turned to digital banners and email because it was easier, cheaper, faster, right? And you can track the results in most cases.
Yep.
So what do we have now? We are completely immune to most emails that come through, most banners that we're watching, most advertisements that we see. We're immune to it. We don't pay attention. But you know what we do see now? When something comes in the mail, it's unusual.
Correct.
Right? When's the last time you got a written letter in the mail?
Oh, never.
Right. So you want to do some advertising to specific people? Write them a letter.
So we have a strategy that we use for contractors. Whenever they go, they give us a notice as early as they can when they have a multi-day project in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Once we know that date, we send 2 direct mailings into that neighborhood. One the week before they're there, one the week they are there.
Yep.
And then we run a Facebook ad campaign and an Instagram ad campaign as tightly to that area as we can, which I forget what the mileage is. Like it's a radius. I want to say it's a 2 mile for Facebook.
Okay.
And inevitably before they leave that job, they will have 3 or 4 quotes to do in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right. And it's cheap. Like per mailing is probably $400.
Yeah.
The Facebook ads are a couple of $100. And it's always the same mailing that goes out. And it works. Like it's a nominal cost to get an extra few jobs in the area they're already at.
Yep.
Right. And we do this a lot for people that have a lot of heavy equipment, for example, because if they have to move it, that's where they start losing money. Right. And every hour on the road is money lost. Somebody has to pay for that time. Right. So like we have a guy that does paving, and in an ideal situation, he goes out, does a job, has 2 or 3 days after the job is over where he doesn't have anything booked, where he can take on any walk-up customers at the time. We even advertise to that neighborhood, we'll be there if you want a discount off the services, because he doesn't have to move the equipment back to headquarters and then back to the job site, right?
Yeah,
so
it saves money, time, gas. Yeah.
It saves a day's worth of work, basically, moving the equipment back and forth. So all of these basic things work. It's just people, they don't understand the volume needed, right? So like if you send out 500 flyers, they're probably not going to do a lot by themselves unless you're doing something else with it.
Right.
If you send out 5,000 flyers, now you're probably going to start seeing a response, right? Like that's the volume game. So you can either inundate a small area or cast the net really, really wide. Those are really the 2 best ways to start getting customers immediately. And it's not that expensive.
No,
Like, it's
but
really
remember,
not.
if you're going to cast the net wide,
Mhm.
you have to cast the net
Oh,
wide, meaning
correct.
you have to fill that whole area. You
Oh, yeah.
you don't take 500 into this area
No.
and 500 into this area.
You blanket that
Yeah.
area, 5,000, 10,000
Right.
nail pieces, and depending on what service you sell, it will probably pay for itself really quickly.
Yeah.
Right. And ideally, you want to target the same area multiple times.
Yep.
If you could send 3 mailings into the same neighborhood in a short period of time, especially if you're working in it, you're going to see a pretty decent response rate from even like a postcard mailing.
And no Clippy. Okay. Moving. Had to get that in. No, that's cool. So anyway, circling back to Klutzy Physics, cool. Love the idea. I really hope that works out. And let us know. Write us in the comments and let us know how it went for you.
If you found this clip interesting, make sure to go listen to the full podcast. There's lots more content there.